If I go here and let you see this blog, object-oriented programming principle in Dart. So basically, object-oriented programming is a paradigm-based concept of object. So basically, in object-oriented programming, we deal everything by creating a class. Class is an object, initializing an object. And we already have seen that classes is a collection of variable, and here you can see class is a collection of variable, constructor, and methods. Simply the function inside a class is known as method. So here, as you can see here, properties, definition, int and age, int name and string age are the properties of this class. This is the constructor, which taking the name and age as an optional parameter. And the method we have say my name, which basically prints my name is name, this given name. So basically, in this class, we have created with three things, which is two properties, name and age, constructor, and a method. Say my name, and this is how we can create an object of similar class, which we have discussed about developers. So developers, me or whatever name which you want to assign, you can assign here and equal to developer and given age and name. And you can also run this method on your object. So basically there are four principles of object oriented programming. You can say four pillars of object oriented programming: abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. Abstraction. First principle of ops, and like many other programming language, it is a way to reduce complexity by dividing the functionality into different chunks and exposing essential function to the outer side world. So basically we have a class square where we have a property int side, class constructor, and lastly we have a get perimeter method. So if you read this line, we have initiate a class. You only have to worry about the methods providing parameters. This methods receiving an output it returns. So how the function is running or how the things will run, you don't have to worry about this. You have to simply uh, run the method. Basically यही कहना चाहता है. You can also read the line same as So basically this is the square class. I defined a square class and I said that the it has a property named side and a method that returns its parameter. So if I create a square object with the side of 10 by calling get parameter, I can get its parameter. So simply here we have created a square class my square with a side of 10, and we can also print my square dot get parameter, and obviously it will return 0.40. Let's suppose that now I have found a super optimized ways to calculate the parameter with this new function. So basically this is the approach where you have to just hide the details on how the things are working, focusing on the giving the functionality to use. So what's going behind? You don't have to focus on that. What's we have to implement is the main focus of abstraction. You have to hide, worry about the methods it's providing. You can see more examples to get a better understanding. Let me open a. You can see here abstraction is the process which we define a class and it's essentially characterizes living implementation for its subclasses. So this is just a approach of doing the object-oriented programming. Many times we do this approach by default, so sometimes it does not require to remember what the approach we are doing currently. So the second one is encapsulation. So as you can read this line, Dart does not contain any keyword like public or protected or private. In other languages like Java, we have these keywords to create the public or protected thing. So basically in Dart, we can use underscore basically to make a class private. So let's see the example of this thing. This is the second principle of OOPS. It's referred to the ability of a class to hide its data or its states and allowing access to its property only through particular methods. In other languages, it's defined by the property private method or public. So if you instantiate a class of a certain type, can't access directly by the properties, but he must use methods to change the value. So basically यहाँ ये कहा गया है कि जो भी हम उसका वेरिएबल बनाते हैं उसको हम डायरेक्टली चेंज नहीं कर सकते, या तो गेटर सेटर या तो हम मेथड यूज करके उस वैल्यू को यूज कर सकते हैं या चेंज कर सकते हैं, डायरेक्टली एक्सेस नहीं कर सकते हम इसको. सो एज आई said you with underscore I can define a variable private. So from the outside of this variable, from outside of this class, this variable can't be directly accessed. So I can't use account balance directly in any other outside thing. As you can see here, we have another example. This one is basically encapsulation main. So as I created a class here, and if I want to print or use my bank dot, you can see here I don't have any value with underscore. So basically this is the way create a object or any variable private only for the class. You can see here I have used here. If I also use another value, just remove the underscore, you can see here using dot I will get account balance. So this one is not a private, but before this, if we have used the underscore, so this will make the variable private. So basically, if we use private underscore behind it, it will become private and only can be changed using the getter and setter properties. So basically, this is account balance, and we also know we in a bank we have a class in a or in also in the real life you can't directly check your account balance. You have to call a method. You have to just go to the bank and ask a person to let me know your account balance, to let you know your account balance. Or in the ATM you also go and you have to do certain things to check the balance. You directly don't have account balance button just to check directly. So here also we have used a getter, get account balance, which simply returns this dot account balance. So here using get account balance, you can get your account balance. And another points are deposit amount. So as we deposit amount inside the bank, here we have amount to be deposited. account balance plus amount to be deposited. Withdraw amount to be withdrawn, account balance minus amount to be withdrawn. Also here we have a constructor, bank, simple bank constructor and a bank dot open account. So here we have also created these methods as private. You can see here we have used underscore. So basically private method, private. Three of them are private. So we also can't use my class dot submit. You can't see here. We have only three getters: withdraw amount, get account balance, and deposit amount. Other than this, we have no methods available here. So basically, this is the way to hide something from the outside of a class and to create things private. So why we have created the private? We have in opening an account we have certain process which we don't discuss to the client. Likely first we have to submit the paper. After that verification process will start. After confirming the verification, we have the procedure of opening account. So these three are the private things. So we don't have to, or you can suppose that this is this process we don't want to use outside of this methods. If we don't create this private, anyone can come and directly access account opened method. In real life, if you suppose that on calling this method, you can simply open account. So without verification, you are available to open the account. So this is the advantages of encapsulation. Also, you can see here we have a ability of object to hide its data or state and allowing to access its property only through particular methods. So here in the example we have a human class and super secret variable for it. Let's suppose age is private variable for everyone. So many people are very conscious about their age, so they don't tell this in privately. So this is the private variable for the class, super secret variable for the age. So here we have a human constructor and we have two methods, void set age. Basically these are the method, not the getter and setter. Basic difference in getter and setter, we have to use get and set in getter and setter. This is the simple one method. Also in getter setter, you can simply call the getter, but for setter, you can't call it like a method. You have to call it like this. My class dot setter deposit amount. You can see here setter equal to what the amount you have written here amount to be deposited. It comes in after the equal to. So this is the syntax of using getter and setter. So just write this and do some practice so you will familiar with this. You will be familiar with this. So void set age, new age, super secret age is equal to new age. So you can set your age using this method, and you can get your age using get age method. So here, as you can see, I can only use set age method because we can't access directly super secret variable for the age. So here we have created a class and first set the age, after it printed the age. Also, if you like to do this thing, it will show you the error. If we don't have uses the underscore, this is simply possible. But if we use underscore, this will be not possible. After that, we have inheritance. Basically, inheritance is one of the most important, and this is the most useful topic of object-oriented classes. The other thing, which is abstraction, encapsulation, and polymorphism, are very less to be used. But in day-to-day life, we have to use these things at a very frequent basis. So please understand this properly. This principle leads us to import concept of object-oriented programming that allows us a class to inherit property and method from other class to extend them. So let's suppose we have a subclass, the class that inherits properties and methods from another class. So the idea of inheritance is that we have a class, we already have a class, but we want to create a new class which has the property and methods of the previous class. So can we define that private? So by using the underscore before the name of the variable, so this will make the variable hidden from the outer world, and you just have to use methods or getter and setter to access these properties. Like here, you can also see that we have uses underscore before the name of the function or before the name of the methods. So basically, these methods have become private. So you can't directly use these methods out of this class. As here, if I try to write my class dot, let's suppose I want to submit something. So there is nothing option is available. You can also see here we have only these things available. Two of them are available for all. Runtime type is also available for all. Hash code is also available for all. So here withdraw amount is our created getter, basically the setter. Get account balance is our getter, and deposit amount is our getter. So we have only these three things. So this is the idea about the encapsulation. You have to use underscore to make a variable private, and you can't directly access it like this. You have to access it through the function and methods, or getter setter you can say. So the next topic is inheritance. Basically, inheritance come in a role while we have two classes. Let's suppose we have a class and we have a B class. We want to use everything which we have used inside the A. So we have to simply the copy and paste things which we have already used in A. But this is not the right approach. We use here inheritance, and inheritance is basically using the super class to be extended inside the subclass. So let's see an example for better understanding. We have a class animal. You can see here we have a class animal which has weight of the animal as a variable, constructor animal, or breathe, which simply returns a which simply prints I am breathing fresh air. Also, we have set weight. As you can see here, this is we have used underscore. So this is the private variable of this class. So outer world, you can't directly access this weight property. You have to use set weight and get weight. So here in set weight, you have to get new weight, and we are assigning the weight to be equal to new weight. And same in the get weight, we just returning the weight variable of this class animal. So I created a dog class that inheritance animal by using the extend keyword. So if I want to create another class, let's suppose dog is a part of animal class. So dog has all the properties which animal has. Dog has also a weight. Dog can also breathe, and you can set or get the values of weight of a dog. So here, if I want to use all of this property inside the dog class, so I simply have to use class dog extends and the name of the class which all properties we want to use inside this class. So here we are using animal class things or objects inside the dog class. So here we have int legs. So basically dog has also a property legs, which are the private variable for this class. Constructor dog, it runs. I am running on my legs, or set new legs and get legs. And now simply we have created the main function, and here my puppy is dog. Also the new keyword is not required now in data and Flutter. So you just have to ignore this. This is nothing. This was previously used, but now no need to use this. So dog my puppy dog object. New dog object we have assigned to my puppy. My puppy dot set legs for weight 4.5. My puppy dot breathe. So breathe is not here. You can see the breathe is not available here, and set weight is also not available here. So it has been just coming from the animal class as we have extended the animal class. So we have here breathe and set weight. So this one we have inside the dog class, and this one inside we have the parent class animal class. My puppy dot run. Run is available here, and we have used weight. My puppy weight is my puppy dot get weight kgs, and I have got my puppy as my puppy dot get legs. So this is the idea about the inheritance. You can simply extend anything from a parent, extend any class. In this example, you have seen that I have created my puppy with the type dog that inherits the animal class. By doing so, I can make him breathe and give him a weight using the method defined in its parent classes, because we can use extend keyword to use another class
as a
as a
parent
parent
class,
class,
or we
or
can
we
use
can use
extend
extend
to get
to
all
get
the
all the
methods
methods
and
and
property of
property
the
of the
previous
previous
class.
class.
So
So
everyone who
everyone who
is
is
okay
okay
with
with
the
the
inheritance,
inheritance,
if
if
anyone
anyone
has
has
any
any
question, then
question, then
feel free
feel
to
free
ask.
to ask.
So polymorphism
So
refers to the
polymorphism refers to
the language
ability,
ability
the
to
language
use
ability
correct method
to use correct
of a
method
class
of a
based on
class
what type of
based
variable
on what type of variable
at runtime,
at
not as
runtime, not as
and not at compile
and
time.
not
So
at compile
let's see
time.
an
So
example of
let's
this
see
for
an
better
example of this
understanding.
for better understanding.
We have a class
We have a
animal
class animal
which has a simple
which has
one
a
method
simple one method
move,
move,
which prints I am
which
moving.
prints I am moving.
So we have created a
So we have
class
created a
dog
class dog
which extends
which
animal class,
extends
which is
animal
using all the
class, which
properties
is
and
using all
variable
the
of animal
properties and
class.
variable of animal class.
So basically,
So
we
basically,
have also
we
overridden
have
the
also overrided
method.
the
We already
method.
have the
We
same
already
method
have the same method
inside here.
inside here.
So we are overriding
So
the
we are overriding the
method.
method.
This is
This
this.
is
So
this. So
I am moving,
I am
but
moving,
in the dog
but in the
move,
dog
basically I
move,
am running.
basically I am running.
In the shark,
In the
shark extends animal
shark
and also
extends animal
overriding the
and
move
also
method.
overriding the move
So
method.
for
So
moving a shark,
for moving a
we
shark,
can say I am
we
swimming.
can say I am
So
swimming.
these are the
So
different
these are
things
the
for every
different things for every
class. For
class.
animal, I am moving.
For
For
animal, I am
dog,
moving. For
as he
dog,
is so fast,
as
so
he is so
I am
fast,
running.
so
For
I am
shark, I
running.
am
For
swimming.
shark, I am
So
swimming.
basically, the same
So
method
basically, the
name is
same
provided
method name is
in
provided
all of the
in
class.
all of the class.
You can see here, same
You can
method
see
has
here,
been
same
used
method
for
has
every
been used
class,
for every class,
but the return
but the return
thing or the
thing or the
print
print
statement is different for every
statement is
class.
different for every class.
So this is the
So
whole
this
idea
is
of
the whole idea of
polymorphism, to
polymorphism
use same
to
name,
use same name,
same method name for different
same
classes.
method name
Now
for different
let's
classes.
check
Now
out an example.
let's check out
So
an
we have
example.
animal,
So we have animal,
myanimal.move,
myanimal.move,
dog, mydog.move,
dog, mydog.move,
shark dot move.
shark
So
dot move.
with the
So
execution of
with the
code, I will
execution
print
of code,
these
I will
things.
print these things.
This is the way if you
This
have
is the way if you have
a method defined in
a
the
method
superclass
defined in the
and two
superclass
child classes
and two child
that
classes
overrides it.
that overrides it.
The language at the
The
runtime
language
will
at the
execute the
runtime will
correct
execute
function
the
code
correct
based upon
function
the
code
type
based
of
upon the
variable.
type of variable.
So this
So
how this is
this
understanding
how
that
this
we
is
are calling
understanding
the
that we are calling
move
the
of this or move of
move
this.
of this or
Basically
move
from
of
the
this,
type of
basically
the
from the type of the
class.
class.
All of these are the
All of these are the
subclass of
subclass
animal class. You
of
can see here
animal class.
we
You
are
can see here
using animal
we
here,
are using
my
animal here,
animal and my
my
animal
animal
class.
and my animal
My
class.
animal here
My
because
animal here
the
because
dog is also
the
a
dog is
subclass
also
of
a
my animal.
subclass of my animal.
And here
And here
animal
animal
shark as shark is a
shark, as shark is a
subtype of
subtype of
animal class.
animal class.
So we have
So we have
three things of
three things of
animal class.
animal class.
Animal, my animal, my
Animal,
dog, my
my
shark.
animal, my dog, my shark.
And same we
And
are using
same we are using
polymorphism. This is
polymorphism.
used but in very rare
This is
cases.
used but
So if you
in very
practice
rare
these
cases.
things,
So if
you
you
will get
practice these
so
things,
many ideas
you
about
will get
this.
so many ideas about this.
And after it, we have
And
nothing to cover in the
after it, we
object
have
oriented
nothing to cover in the object
programming.
oriented
Basically,
programming. Basically,
we use these things,
we use these
but
things,
sometimes we does not know
but
that we are
sometimes
using
we
these
does
things.
not know that we are using these things.
So these are the basic concepts of
So these are
object
the
oriented.
basic concepts of
You
object oriented.
one thing you have to do it
You
at your
one
own.
thing you
You
have to
have to
do it
go and
at
check
your
out
own. You have to
the
go and
things.
check
Also,
out
we have something
the
to
things. Also, we have
two or
something
three
to
things
two
more to
or
be
three
covered
things
in the
more to be
start.
covered in the
After that,
start. After that,
we will covering the Flutter part
we will
from the
covering the
Sunday's
Flutter
class.
part from the
So
Sunday's
basically,
class.
I
So
also
basically,
let you
I also let you
cover these topics. So basically,
cover these topics. So basically,
we also have a thing which
we also have a thing which
we use
we are
try and
we use
catch.
try and catch.
The whole idea about the try and catch is
The
to
whole idea about the
avoid
try and
the
catch is to avoid
error,
the error,
and error does not stop the
and
execution
error
of our
does not
code.
stop the
So
execution
while
of
we are
our
getting
code.
error on the
So
console, our
while we are
program gets
getting
stopped
error on the
there,
console, our program gets stopped
and
there,
the error will
and
show.
the error
But if we use
will
try
show.
and catch,
But if we
the
use
error
try
will be
and catch, the error will be
printed as a normal print
printed
statement,
as a
and our code
normal
does not
print
stop
statement, and our code does not
the
stop
execution.
the execution.
So simply to use
So
try
simply
and catch, we
to
use
use
try.
try and catch,
After
we
that, the
use
curly
try.
braces and the
After that, the curly
body
braces
of
and the
the try.
body of
In
the
try, we
try.
uh,
In try
We
we
can use any function or any
we
method
can use any
or any
function or
print
any
statement
method
that we want to
or any
execute.
print statement that we want
After
to
that,
execute. After
closing
that,
the curly braces, we can
closing
use
the
catch,
curly braces, we can use catch,
and we
and we
have
have
here the
to
anonymous function.
we
You
have
can
here
see
the
here.
anonymous function. You
This
can
is
see
one
here.
the anonymous
This is
function
one the
which
anonymous
takes
function
e,
which takes
and
e,
here we have printed error
and
occurred
here we have printed
e.
error occurred e.
So if I run this program,
So if I run this program,
you can see Sanoja
you can
Jordan
see
the
Sanoja Jordan the
list here, and in
list
the
here,
second line
and
error occurred.
in the second
Unsupport
line error
operated
occurred.
operation
Unsupported
can't add
operation can't
an
add
unmodifiable list.
an
So
unmodifiable
basically,
list.
this is the
So basically, this
constant
is
list,
the
and we are trying to
constant
add
list,
something in
and
constant.
we are trying to
If
add
I
something in
remove
constant.
the
If I
try and
remove the
catch, you
try
will
and
see here
catch, you
as
will
we have
see
run
here
the code successfully,
as
but
we have
now
run the code
this will
successfully, but
crashes.
now this will crashes.
Code 255 that we
Code
have any error.
255 that
So
we have any error. So
unhandled exception,
unhandled
unsupported
exception, unsupported
operation can't add to an
operation can't
unmodifiable
add
list.
to an
So this is how we
unmodifiable
use
list.
try
So this is
and
how we
catch.
use try
So I
and
hope everyone
catch.
has got
So I
enough
hope
idea
everyone
of
has
using
got
this.
enough idea of using this.
Simply we have tried here to
Simply
add
we have tried here to
it's in a
add
constant list,
it's
but it
in a
can't
constant
add
list,
inside a
but
constant
it
list.
can't add inside a
So it
constant
has
list.
executed the
So it has
catch
executed the
e block,
catch
which
e
simply
block,
prints the error
which
record
simply
line and
prints the error record
error.
line and error.
And same here you can also see
And
the
same
try
here you
parse.
can also
The
see
try
the
parse
try
is
parse.
also
The try
a
parse is also
similar
a similar
used to
used
get
to
get the function
get the
get
function
null value if the
get
function returns an
null
error.
value if the
So
function returns
basically
an
like
error.
parse,
So
basically parse
basically
simply
parse
converts the
simply converts
number to
the
the integer or anything which
number
we
to
have
the
used.
integer or
Dot
anything
parse,
which we
basically
have
dot
used.
parse we have
Dot
used on the
parse
integer.
basically dot parse we have
So
used
it
on the
will return
integer.
the integer and
So
it
it
will
will
take a
return the
string
integer
source here.
and it will take a
What
string
string
source
which
here.
we want to convert
What
in
string which we want to
the
convert in
integer.
the
So here
integer. So here
accepted that this function returns null
accepted that this function
where the
returns
similar
null
call to password
where
through a
the similar
format
call to
exception.
password through a
So
format
on
exception.
place of
So
giving the
on
error,
place of
it
giving
will
the error,
return simply null
it
value.
will
So we
return
have
simply
here
null value.
use the null check.
So we have here
If this
use the
returns
null
a
check.
null value,
If this returns a
so we
null
want
value,
to assign the given number
so we want to assign the
to
given
zero
number
value.
to zero
So this
value.
is the idea about the
So this is the idea about the
try and catch.
try and catch.
We also have a one more thing which
We
is
also have
mixins.
one more thing which
So
is mixins.
mixins
So
basically we have here
mixins basically we have
class
here
scooty.
class scooty.
We have two
We
wheels.
have two wheels.
Print total wheels in
Print
scooties two.
total wheels in scooties
Class
two.
Activa which extends
Class
scooty.
Activa which
Basically
extends
Activa is a
scooty.
part of scooty.
Basically Activa is a part
So
of
we have
scooty.
simply extended.
So
Also
we have
in the real
simply
life,
extended. Also in
Activa
the
is a
real life,
scooty.
Activa
So
is a
this is a very real
scooty.
life
So this is a very
example of
real life
inheritance.
example of
So
inheritance.
Activa is extending the
So
class scooty.
Activa
So
is extending the class
void
scooty. So
engine.
void
Yes, it has an
engine.
engine
Yes, it has an engine.
class Chetak extend scooty
class Chetak extend
with
scooty
motor.
with
So basically,
motor.
Chetak is now
So
coming in
basically,
electric
Chetak
variant.
is now coming in
So
electric
it
variant.
is a part of a
So
scooty, but it
it
does
is a
not have an
part of a
engine.
scooty, but it does not have
It
an
has a
engine.
motor. So basically, we
It
have
has a
here used
motor.
a
So
mixin.
basically, we have here
So
used a
mixin
mixin. So
provides
mixin provides
methods to class
methods
where
to
it is
class
called.
where
So
it is
basically, this is
called.
the
So
uh,
basically, this is the
syntax of using
uh,
mixin. First,
syntax
use
of
here
using
mixin
mixin.
keyword and the
First, use here mixin
name
keyword
of the
and the
mixin which you want to
name of the
use.
mixin
Name
which
of
you
the
want to
mixin.
use.
After
Name
that,
of the
in the
mixin.
body, you can
After
just
that,
simply
in the
define
body,
here
you
the
can
method.
just simply define here the
You can
method.
just only
You
define
can
here
just
methods,
only
nothing
define here methods,
more than a method.
nothing
You
more
can't
than a
define here
method.
any variable or
You
object.
can't define
Mixin is
here any
simply used
variable or
for
object. Mixin is simply used
providing
for
method to the
providing
to a
method
certain class.
to the to a certain class.
So mixin motor
So mixin
print.
motor
This is an electric scooty and
print.
it run
This is
through
an
motor.
electric scooty and
So
it
here
runs through
class
motor.
Chetak
So here
extends
class
scooty
Chetak extends
with motor
scooty
and there is
with
nothing inside
motor
this class.
and there is nothing inside this
Okay.
class. Okay.
And here in the main function,
And here
scooty
in the
dot
main
total
function,
wheels, activa
scooty dot total
dot
wheels,
total wheels,
activa dot total wheels,
total wheels in scooty is 2, total
total
wheels
wheels
in
in
scooty.
scooty is 2, total wheels in scooty.
Scooty has 2 wheels, Activa has also
Scooty
two
has two
wheels,
wheels,
Activa
Activa
dot
has
engine,
also two wheels,
it has a
Activa
petrol
dot
engine.
engine, it has a petrol
Yes, it has
engine.
an engine.
Yes, it has an engine.
Chetak dot total wheels,
Chetak dot total wheels,
2 wheels same as
two
it is a
wheels
scooty.
same as
Chetak
it is a scooty. Chetak
dot
dot
two motor.
two motor.
This is a electric scooty and running through a
This is an
motor.
electric scooty and running
Also
through a
here
motor.
we don't have used
Also,
any
here we don't have used any.
we don't here any created any class
We
here
don't have any
as you
created any class
object
here.
here as you can
As you,
see here. We
object
have
here, as you
directly
can
call
see
it
here,
on
we
the
have directly call it on
class.
the class.
As you can see here, we
As you
have
can see
used
here,
this
we have used this
class name dot two
class name dot to
dot total wheels. We
dot
can see
total
here
wheels. We
scooty
can see here scooty
dot total wheels.
dot total wheels.
As this function is independent of
As this function is independent
any
of
variable or any
any variable or
object,
any
so
object,
we can use this
so we
without
can
creating
use
any
this
object. We can
without
also
creating any
use
object.
it
We can
by
also
creating an object
use it by
like
creating an object like
you can see here.
like you can see here.
I can also use it by
I
creating
can
a
also use it
object.
by creating a
So this one
object.
is a better approach,
So this one is a
and
better
this one
approach,
is not
and this one
supposed
is
as a
not
better approach. So this
supposed
will be
as a
removed
better approach.
simply.
So this will be removed simply.
My scooty.
My scooty.
Here we will use
Here we will use
my activa. This is the same thing you can see
This is
here.
the same thing
We are
you can see
assigning
here.
this
We are
to
assigning
equal to
this
this. So
to equal to
this will
this. So
be
this will
also used here.
be
Simply we
also
have used the
used
same
here.
thing here.
Simply we have used the same
So
thing
this
here.
is also object, but we
So
don't
this is
write
also
this
object, but we don't
like
write
this
this like this
in the real life world.
in the real life
So
world.
that's why it's working.
So
There is
that's
no
why
any
it's working. There is no
another idea
any
behind this.
another
Also
idea
we will
behind this.
use same here.
Also, we will use same here.
In the previous class, we have to create
In the previous class,
instance
we
for
have to
this
create
and instance for
instance
this.
for this and
But now
instance
we
for
have
this.
one instance,
But
my
now we have
activa, and
one
both
instance,
has
my
been
activa,
covered.
and
So
both
that
has been
was the
covered. So that was the
difficulty, or you can say error in the
difficulty, or you can say error in
previous
the
example.
previous
Like
previous
this
example.
one is a new
Like
instance, and
this one
this
is
one
a
is a new
new
instance.
instance, and this one is a
So
new
we are
instance.
using, we are
So
creating
we
two
are using,
instance
we are
for the
creating two
same thing,
instances for
which
the
can be done
same
with a
thing,
single
which can be done with
instance.
a single
So in this
instance.
example,
So in this
we
example,
have used a single instance,
we have
my
used a
activa
single
of
instance, my
class activa
activa
for
of
both.
class activa
My
for
activa dot
both.
total wheels, my activa
My
dot
activa
engine.
dot total wheels, my
And
activa
same
dot
here with the
engine.
Chetak, we are
And same
getting
here
one
with the
instance
Chetak,
here
we are
and
getting
again a
one
new
instance
instance
here
here.
and again a
So
new
this is
instance here.
not the right
So this
practice.
is not
So
the right
also
practice.
right here.
So also right here.
So we have created an instance of my
So we
Chetak
have created an instance of
and
my
we are
Chetak
calling both of these
and we are calling
methods
both of
on a
these
single instance.
methods
So we
on a
are
single
saving the
instance.
memory here by
So we are
not
saving the
creating
memory here
two
by
instance
not
for
creating
simple one
two instance
instance.
for simple
So
one
this is the right
instance.
approach,
So this is
and
the
you can
right
see here
approach,
at the end we
and
are
you can
using
see here at the
chetak.mover.
end we are using
But
chetak.mover.
you
But
can see here
you
directly we
can
don't
see
have
here
any motor class
directly we
inside
don't
of
have
the
any motor
chetak.
class inside the
So how this is
Chetak.
we this can
So
be
how
used
this is we
by
this
using
can be
the
used by
with
using the
keyword and a mixing
with keyword
motor.
and a
So
mixing
do a very
motor. So
do a practice for these things and
do a
you will get your
practice for
concept
these things and you will get your
pretty
concept
sure and
pretty
is
sure and is
also we use override
also
keyword
we use override keyword
in the section here.
in the section
Basically we are
here.
overriding the same method
Basically, we are overriding the same
move
method
here. So we
move here.
use override
So
just
we
above the
use
void.
override just above the void.
Simply this will used
Simply, this will used
used as a wording, or you can say as
used
a
as a wording, or you can
as
say as a
to get known that
as
this method
to
is
get known that
also
this
used in the
method is also
super class.
used in the
So basically
super
simply
class.
we are
So
changing or
basically, simply
overriding
we
this
are
method
changing or overriding
at
this
the rate
method
override we use
at the rate override
to
we use
indicate that we are overriding a
to
member.
indicate that we are
We
overriding a
also have
member.
a super
We
keyword
also have a super
which we'll
keyword
discuss about which we will
later.
discuss about later. So this is the final things
So
for
this
the
is the
today's class.
final things for
If you
the
have any
today's class.
query,
If you have any
you can
query,
ask.
you can ask.